And now, Suspense. Your host is Autolite, maker of a complete line of ignition-engineered spark plugs, including the sensational wide-gap Autolite resistor spark plugs and the dependable Autolite Stay-Full batteries. Autolite makes over 400 products for cars and trucks, bumpers and hubcaps, radiator grills and ornaments, bullseye seal beam headlights, ignition systems, spark plugs, batteries, fuel pumps, windshield wipers, instruments and gauges, wire and battery cables, and many more. So remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. And now, Autolite and its 96,000 dealers everywhere present Suspense.
Come in. Reckon here's your costume, Mr. Bedell. Miss Williams sent over.
Let's have a look, Tom.
There's a note and a message along with it.
Oh. She's coming by to pick me up. You know, Tom, I'm kind of excited. This is the first Mardi Gras I've ever seen.
I guess you've been too busy acting out in Hollywood, huh?
Well, I'm certainly glad I stopped by here on my way back to the coast.
I bet you are. Otherwise, you wouldn't have met Miss Williams, huh?
You can say that again.
Mr. Bedell, excuse me if I say something.
What is it, Tom?
Well, Miss Williams is such a nice folks. It don't seem right you take her to that gambling place you took her.
Morgan Nelson?
Well, it ain't my business, sir, but...
Well, I only took her there once for a lark.
Well, you got into kind of a fracas there.
How did you know?
Big is.
Well, he runs a crooked wheel. I told him off, that's all.
You got to be awfully careful, Mr. Tom. There ain't no place like New Orleans, especially during Mardi Gras. All kinds of people come here, and all kinds of trouble. You're looking for it.
Oh, see who that is, will you, Tom?
Oh, I better be getting back to my elevator.
Bedell here.
Yeah.
And Bedell.
Yeah, what do you want?
Private.
See you later, Tom.
Yes, sir, Mr. Bedell.
Well, what is so private?
Nelson's coming to see you.
Nelson?
Morgan Nelson.
What's he want to see me for?
Let him tell you.
Look, I'm in a hurry. I have no
Yes,
time
you
for...
have. Now, just relax, buddy.
Yeah? Who are you?
Well, I'm Nelson's secretary. Mind if I have a drink?
Yes, I do.
I'll have it anyway, huh?
Help yourself.
Well, there's money, right?
Oh, Bedell. Sorry to walk in on you like this.
Look here, Nelson. What's the idea of sending this gunman here?
Louis? He always goes ahead of me. No hard feelings about the other evening, are there?
Look, Nelson, I don't know what you want, but whatever it is, say it and get out fast.
That's the way to talk. I like to come to the point myself. Came here to do you a favor, Bedell. For $5,000.
For how much? You know, you're crazy. I've already lost enough of your place. Not another dime.
Well, I said I came here to do you a favor, and I am. $1 million worth of information for $5,000.
What kind of information?
Oh, just about the hottest you could get. I mean, your whole career as an actor. And you can say if it's worth $5,000 or not.
Oh, why should I believe anything you told me?
Well, because I can prove it. Can I, Louis?
Right.
Okay, let's hear it. But remember, I'm the one who says whether it's worth it or not.
Check.
And say it fast. I got a date.
I know. With Connie Williams. And later, you're taking her to the Comus Ball.
You know a lot about me, don't you?
I reckon I do. Don't we, Louie?
Yeah.
Well, here's your date.
To Connie Williams. The smartest little nut. Nelson.
I'll get a duck.
That's no good, Vidal. Too late. Poor Louie. I really mean business.
Who does? What are you talking about? I'm getting the police.
Now, put it down, Vidal.
Are you a fool?
Put it down, I tell you. Won't do Louie any good, and I can't afford to take the chances. Vidal, you're in the tightest spot you've ever been in your life.
Stop talking riddles. What do you mean, who are they? And what kind of a spot am I in?
I'm going to give you a little shot, Vidal. You're up against two of the smartest operators in the South.
I am who?
Connie Williams and a cousin, Bill Reed.
What are you talking about, Connie?
Blackmail's their racket. Reed's a crooked newspaper man who's been using his job for years. That's the information I came to sell you. Now you can have it for free.
Oh, thanks. But I think you're a liar.
One will get you 10. They're trying to frame you.
You're crazy, Bedell. Connie's coming here in a few minutes.
My bet is that Reed will be with her. Now watch him, Bedell.
What can they get out of me?
Well, one of these days, you'll be a big Hollywood star. You'll be worth a lot to a couple of sharp operators.
Look, Nelson, I don't believe you. Now get out.
I'm leaving you. With Louis. Now, it kind of works out, don't it? You live by the sword and you die by the sword. Better take my advice, Bedell. You're an actor. You better start acting right now.
Miss Williams, please. Miss Connie Williams, Dan Bedell calling. What? Well, she's coming over here, and I want to stop her.
Connie, Dan.
Oh, Connie.
Are you ready?
Connie, you better not come in now. I'll see you later someplace else.
What's the matter?
I'll see you later.
Who is it? Is it...
Yeah.
It's Louis Gano. Morgan Nelson's bodyguard. What happened?
I don't know. It must have come from the balcony. It happened so quickly. Connie, you got to get out of here.
No, I'm staying. Dan, it wasn't you. You didn't.
No, Connie, believe me.
Oh, I do, Dan. But we've got to do something.
Yeah, but what?
Dan, Mardi Gras time. Time for light hearts and laughter.
And love?
Yes, and love. Dan, come here.
What?
Look at the gun. Right here on the floor. Don't, Dan. Dan, you should have touched it.
Put it there.
Someone shot Louis from the balcony and then threw the gun here. Only
what?
suppose I think it's your gun. Oh, Dan, I'm scared.
I'm phoning the police.
No, Dan, no. You must listen to me. You quarreled with Nelson. You lost money to him. Now Louis has been shot here in your room. And the gun there. Can't you see what they'll think?
Yeah.
Dan, it's your whole future, your career. And us. I don't care for myself. But, Dan, I'm not going to let you call the police.
Oh, Connie. You're really different.
I'll call Bill Reed. He's in the lobby.
Bill Reed's with you.
He's going to Mardi Gras with us. Hello? Will you call Mr. Reed to the phone, please? He's sitting right there near the desk.
Connie, are you sure you want Bill up here?
Dan, he's a newspaper man. He may be able to help us. We'll work this out, darling. I know we will.
I hope you're right.
Hello? Bill? Connie? Come right up to Dan's room. Something dreadful's happened. Hurry.
Well, I believe it, kid. And I'm sure Connie does, too.
Well, you know I do, Dan.
But no one else will, is that it?
I'm afraid that's about the size of it.
Oh, Bill, you've got to help us.
That's a pretty tall order, honey. Still, I don't believe there's anybody else that can help you. Anybody else know about this, Dan?
We're the only ones here, Bill.
Uh-huh. Well, you know, if we could just get him out of here some way, like back to his apartment so no one would ever know that he was here.
But how, Bill?
Well, that's a $64 question.
I can tell you, Connie, if Bill really means what he says.
Look, kid, you're going to marry Connie, aren't you? That's good enough for me.
Tell us, Dan.
The Mardi Gras.
The what?
Why, it's dynamite.
I never were.
With the crowds out there and the crowded streets.
Everybody in costumes now?
Sure, no one would have noticed an extra drunk. Bill, you can change clothes with him. How about it, Connie? That is, if you're game.
What?
Connie, and then you, Bill. You could get in your car and wait for us. Or even better yet, Connie, you and I take Ruby.
What?
Yes. It's bound to work.
Everybody knows Bill's white hat is his
Certainly.
label.
Certainly. Swell. I don't know about all this.
Oh, you've got to help us, Bill.
Well, now, wait a minute. This is awful risky, kids. Suppose they should find us.
It's our only chance, Bill. I know it's a cake of dynamite, but, well, if you and Connie are bound to be in on it, all of you game?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay, then.
Down for.
Excuse me. Come on, honey.
Down 3.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Mr. Reed started celebrating early, huh?
Yeah, I sure did, Tom. Come on, take us straight down.
Yes, sir.
You all right, Connie?
I'm all right, Dan. I just don't like to have folks see Bill like this. He doesn't do it ordinarily.
It's Mardi Gras, Miss Williams. Lots of folks do things they don't ordinary. Now, here it is, Miss Fidel.
Here we go.
Sit down just a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Dan, it's Morgan Nelson. What do you suppose he wants?
Oh, I'm not waiting to find out. Tom, is there an exit in the basement?
Yes, sir. The alley leads out back to the
Oh,
street.
here, take us right down.
Yes, sir. This is it, Mr. Bedell. Door's right across the basement.
Oh, Dan, you take Bill. I'll open the door.
I'll help with Mr.
I
Reed.
don't need you, Tom.
No, Tom, you open the door. I'll help Mr. Bedell.
Well, just as you say.
Oh, and Tom. Here's something for your trouble, but keep it quiet.
$5? Yes, sir. For $5, you can take a dead man down in the elevator. Thank you, Mr. Bedell.
Honey, grit your teeth.
I'm all right.
Well, it's now or never.
In just a moment, we'll see the second act of tonight's suspense story, Murder at the Mardi Gras. But friends, right now, during this brief intermission, I'd like you to meet a very distinguished gentleman who has just recently become a customer of mine. And this is the way it happened. His name is Professor Percy, the genius of geometry. Yes, when it came to geometry, our scholarly friend knew all the angles. But when it came to automobiles, he was off on a tangent. One morning recently, he was off to class in a whirl. That is, he thought he was. But unfortunately, when he stepped on the starter, his car wouldn't budge because the battery was dead. And all because he had forgotten to put water in the battery. Well, you see, friends, that's the way it is. Extreme loss of water is one of the major causes of battery failure. So, what our good professor obviously needed was an Autolite Stay-Full battery, the battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use. Now, let me show you why it works out that way. You see, in the ordinary battery, small particles keep flaking off the positive plates, So the ordinary battery has to have a large space in the bottom of the case to hold those particles. Otherwise, they'll get together and short-circuit the cells, just like you see them doing right there. But there's a big difference in the new Autolite Stay-Full battery. In the Stay-Full battery, every positive plate has a fiberglass retaining mat protecting it, holding the active materials in place. You see, there's the fiberglass, the feature that gives a real advantage to the Autolite Stay-Full battery. Now, whereas the ordinary battery requires this much extra space below the plates, the Autolite Stay-Full battery doesn't need all that extra space. So we can take this extra space and use it to advantage by putting it up above the plates. Now, if we put electrolyte in both batteries, enough to cover the plates completely, there's space left for extra water above the plates in the Autolite Stay-Full battery. But you see, an ordinary battery holds only this much extra water, whereas the Autolite Stay-Full battery with that extra space above the plates holds over 3 times as much water. That gives you over 3 times the liquid protection of an ordinary battery. And that, you see, is why you have to add water to your Autolite Stay-Full battery only 3 times a year in normal car use. And say, here's another fact that I told the professor. In recent tests conducted according to the life cycle standards of the Society of Automotive Engineers, the Autolite Stay-Full battery was found to give 70% longer average life than batteries without Stay-Full features. That's right. So why don't you take my advice and enjoy the advantages of more convenience, greater safety, and longer life with an Autolite Stay-Full battery, the battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use. Well, sir, after we fixed up our absent-minded friend, Professor Percy, with an Autolite Stay-Full battery, he started out next time without a single worry. Oh, hey, just a minute. Why, Professor. Oh, Professor, you forgot your pants. Well, anyway, Professor, no matter what else you forget, be sure to remember, you're always right with Autolite. And now the second act of our suspense story, Murder at the Mardi Gras, starring Tom Drake.
Do you see Bill?
No. He said he'd be 2 blocks west.
We'll never make it.
Sure.
Ahoy, pirate! Well, shiver my timbers.
Ahoy.
Who's that there in the shadows?
Well, that's a leak.
Oh, it's a gentleman friend.
Yeah,
It's a
sure.
big white-headed gentleman friend.
Big white hat. Hey, Blackbeard.
Ahoy!
Ahoy.
Oh, days of old. Pirates.
Dan, we've got to get out of here.
I know.
But how?
Honey, look.
What? What do you mean?
Let's get him into that. Come on.
It's so heavy.
Come on.
Hands with your I thought you'd left me.
No, darling. We'll never get to Bill.
It's not far now. It's not far now.
Which way? Up there. Go ahead. Go that way.
No, that head in there. Out of the way, you pirate.
He's all right.
You smoking gun?
No. Come on, Connie. Get over. Come on. Oh, no.
Just started celebrating a little early, that's all.
Take care of me.
Let me give you a hand.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Let me straighten him up so he don't fall off. Hey, he's sure enough dead to the world.
Yeah.
We got an ambulance and a doctor right down the street. I think he's going to be looked over.
No, it's okay. We'll take him home.
Yes, it's free. It's on the city. You don't want folks coming to grief at a time like this.
Oh.
We're out here and we'll have him home in a jiffy.
Oh, thanks.
Tom, they're barely caught. What do we do?
No.
Officer! Officer!
Oh, no, it's not that officer. Somebody just stole this lady's purse.
There he is.
Honey, you run ahead. Go ahead.
So, put the body in the bedroom. That's where the police are going to find it.
Bill, I thought we'd never make it. If Dad hadn't done some quick thinking, we wouldn't have.
Well, that's one trip I wouldn't want to make twice.
Look, you kids better get out of here. Why don't you go to that Comus ball? Then you'll have an alibi for yourselves.
Not just yet, Bill. I want to wait a few minutes.
What for?
I'm expecting a visitor.
Who?
Morgan Nelson.
Nelson.
Yes, Bill, he was following us.
Why? Look, Nelson didn't find out about Louis, did he?
I'm afraid he did, Bill.
Well, why didn't you tell me? That makes somebody else that knows. Wait a minute. Connie, did Dan tell you that Nelson found out about Louis?
No.
He didn't. Well, I'm going to get out of here right now.
We're staying, Bill.
Look, kid, you don't seem to realize what a spot we're on in here. That Nelson's a killer. Why, he's a gambler. He's liable to do anything to us.
Do you know he said the same thing about you, Bill?
What?
Yeah.
Dan, you can't believe
And
that.
about you, too, Connie. He said you were both blackmailers.
I don't understand. Dan, you can't believe that.
Well, I gotta find out the truth. He told me that you were both blackmailers. He told me the whole thing. And this much I gotta know. That in my apartment, there wasn't any gun there, Connie, and you know it.
Dan, there was a gun there.
Not when Louis was shot.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, there we are. I thought I'd find you here, Bill. You know, the one thing I hate is a double-crosser. You kind of messed things up being so greedy, Bill. I thought we were partners.
Let him talk.
Shut up, you fool.
Oh, that's all right, Bill. I'm a fellow who likes to take care of himself. You got me in pretty deep going off half-cocked, killing Louis ahead of time.
Then it was you who put the gun there.
Maybe so, Bedell.
Well, just what do you think you're going to do about it, Nelson?
Protect myself. You know too much. So does Bedell.
Nelson, there's one thing I gotta know. Was Connie in on this?
She's as innocent as a newborn lamb, Bedell. For all the good it'll do you. I'm sorry, young lady. Who wants to live forever anyway?
Oh, thanks, Tom.
What do you want?
I want you. And who's the other one?
There he is.
Hold on, mister. Just a minute, mister.
Hey, how'd you get here?
This pirate here told me there was a body in the wheelchair. No wonder he looked dead to the world. Where is it?
In the bedroom.
Okay, Grady. We don't want dead bodies at the Mardi Gras, Nelson. Or any sudden accidents either.
Dan, and
Come on.
Tom was a pirate all the time.
Come on.
Did you know he was coming?
Well, I didn't know for sure, but,
How did you let him know?
Well, don't you remember the $5 I gave him on the elevator?
Yeah.
Well, there was a note with it. And the $5 let Tom know that I meant business.
That's right, and when I saw in that chair you was pushing, I knowed you meant business.
Oh, Dad. Your Mardi Gras makes it all seem sort of make-believe.
Well, there's one thing that isn't make-believe. That's you and me, Carl.
Friends, this is Rex Marshall speaking for Autolite, and in just a moment I'll tell you about next week's suspense story. It's a drama, a thrilling drama by a great contemporary writer, and I know you'll want to hear the title. But first, I'd like to remind you that right now is the time to treat your car or truck to a motor tune-up. When I say motor tune-up, I mean a real #1 tune-up at your neighborhood service station, garage, or repair shop. You know, friends, an ounce of prevention now will help your car running right and may save you troublesome delays, plus the possibility of expensive repairs later on. So ask your repairman to test and service the electrical system of your car, including the distributor, coil, generator and regulator, starting motor, battery, spark plugs, and wiring. And if your Autolite-equipped car needs replacement parts, ask for and insist on Autolite original factory parts exactly like those that were installed by the manufacturer. You know, all Autolite parts are engineered to fit together perfectly, work together perfectly, because they're a perfect team. So don't accept electrical parts supposed to be as good. Ask for and insist on Autolite original factory parts. And remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. Next week, we will bring you a story well calculated to keep you in suspense, written by that master craftsman of stories of suspense, Michael Arlen. Its title is A Gentleman from America, adapted for television by Halstead Wells, and it will feature screen star Barry Nelson, last seen on Suspense in My Old Man's Bag. Friends, before we bid you good night this evening, we of Autolite would like to remind you that this is Cancer Control Month. If you fight cancer, you may be fighting the battle of your own life. So contribute as generously as you can to the campaign for cancer control. Remember, if you suspect that you have cancer, check with your doctor immediately, because in its early stages, cancer may be curable. And now, good night. Remember, be with us again next week at the same time for our next suspense play, A Gentleman from America, written by Michael Arlen, starring Barry Nelson. Also, be sure to listen to Suspense each Thursday night on your radio.
Portions of this program were on motion picture film. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.